Celtic there, but one rather overshadowed by the John Collins affair. He's given his view, and after the game, Celtic boss Tommy Burns spoke exclusively to Jerry McNee.
Tommy, John Collins has now made several statements. This thing is right out in the open. Do you want to put the record straight?
Well, all I would say, Jerry, regarding to my own position, because I feel that my own credibility has been put at stake here, and also the management position at Celtic Football Club. There was a meeting with the players' agent 2 weeks before the cup final, where he said to me, would I sell John Collins? And that was just suddenly out of the blue, would I be prepared to sell him? Now, my answer to him at that time was purely hypothetical, and it was put along the lines that if along the way we got 2 or 3 quality players that we're searching very hard for at that time, if we got those players and we then needed monies to further strengthen the squad, then John Collins would possibly be the only one that we could sell to raise that money. At no time was he said, go and get us a buyer, we want to sell John Collins. And that was never said at all. That's the way it was put. It was purely on a hypothetical basis that if we got the quality players in and we felt we needed more players, then John was the only one that we could possibly raise money on. It's went further than that now. We've had a couple of offers for the player, but no offers that we would even consider. Not even that we would even consider. We've not got the quality players that we'd hope to get in. We've got 1 or 2 in. We still feel that we need another maybe 3 or 4 players to bolster our squad. But as far as the accusation goes that we told his agent to go and get a buyer, we were going to sell him, that was never the case at all.
How many offers have there been for John Collins over the years? I mean, this has been going on for about 4 years, constant speculation. Have you checked this yourself? I mean, how many offers have there been?
Well, I think we made it our business very early on when we came in to find out if there had been any bids for any players, because at that time we had to try and generate finance from within the club. And during that particular meeting that John spoke about, which he wasn't at, incidentally, it was raised that was there any interest in him, and I says, as far as I know, there's been none through myself. I'd spoken to Lou McCarry and Liam Brady. There'd be no interest then. So we just took it as read then, the fact that there'd been no offers for any players during the last 3, 4, 5 years at Celtic Park.
Did the agent say to you that Collins would leave at the end of the season in any case?
That was intimated to Mr McCann at a meeting very early on in the season. I then went to the player and said to him, was there any point in me going and putting a package together, going to the Celtic board and putting a package together in order to keep him here? In which the lad said, no, it had nothing to do with money. I said to him, it's nothing to do with money, it's not a monetary thing. No, it wasn't to do with money. And we just left it at that. Says, well, if that's the case, then obviously I've got to try and get players in to strengthen my team. And then if we get an offer again, that's something that we would think is a valuation of the player, then we would look at it. But at the end of the day, there's no witch hunt to try and get rid of John Collins. I think the boy thinks that there's something going on surreptitiously, which there's never been. There's never been. He makes the point that he didn't feel the relationship between himself and the manager was right. So he sent his agent to find that out. I find that very strange. If I've got a problem with anybody in a relationship, I would go and speak to them myself. I wouldn't send my agent in to try and find out what was wrong. And as far as I knew, there wasn't anything wrong.
You must be disappointed as a manager when one of your players, 24 hours before a major cup tie, goes to watch a club that he's been linked with. Now, do you not think that was a bit naughty? I know he's a senior player. I know he wasn't going to the moon and back or out to a nightclub, but surely that was stirring the pot a bit and putting you under a bit of pressure.
Well, I think, to be perfectly honest, I think he could have used a bit more common sense. But, I mean, he's a big boy, as they say, and he's entitled to make his own decisions. But yeah, I think, I mean, a wee bit of prudence wouldn't have went amiss there at that particular time. But the most important thing, Jerry, and I've got to say this, is the fact that when we came in here, Celtic hadn't won anything for 5 years. And if we came in here and I, as a manager, feel that I want to change that, there's nobody, any divine right to try and say, you can't sell this guy, you can't sell that guy. That is the way of football, and if we've got to change that and make difficult decisions, then that's the way it's got to be, because Celtic Football Club has got to go forward. It's not about any individuals. That's why John Collins was left out today, because I didn't want any sideshow going on here as if it's between myself and John Collins, because it's not. The most important thing is that Celtic Football Club goes forward, and I must mention our young players that went in today and put a smashing show on.
Will John Collins play for Celtic's first team again?
I would think so. I think we're paying him. And I think he's a good professional. He's no causes any problems. He's a very dedicated young man. I've got a great deal of respect for him. And I don't see any reason why not. I don't think that there's a question of me saying, oh, that's him finished or whatever. Not at all. We've had fights with players here before, arguments, whatever. And the next day you go on with it, that's football, and that's it. It's a very emotional game. We're very emotional people. We love our football club. Before we came here today, I had a family, 3-4 people, spreading their ashes of their 17-year-old son in Celtic Park. And when I look at that today, and I'm thinking to myself, bloody hell, I mean, what is it all about here? That is what Celtic Football Club is all about. The passion, the love these people have got for us. And Celtic Football Club's got to go forward. And it's not all about a particular player or a particular manager. The club must go forward.
I mean, you said you've had 2 offers.
Middlesbrough had made an offer for the player. QPR came in and matched that offer. Middlesbrough upped it slightly. And at this stage, that's the way it was, and that was maybe the best part of 7-8 weeks ago. And we've had nothing since then.
And all this talk about Arsenal and Chelsea and Everton.
No, but all that talk has been going on for the past year. Something without any credence whatsoever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, strong.